this happen for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Modify Your Life Podcast, where we talk modifying our life physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. And today, from one of my previous podcasts, we got linked up. I got my boy Sean.
Yeah.
What's up, big dog? How you doing?
What's up? Let's go.
First, I want to see you, bro, that I had to drink some coffee because when we started talking, we literally just met like 15 minutes ago. Also, this guy pulled up in my goal car, my dream car, and he pulled up in the years. I was like, I had to go shake this guy's hand, man. I had to shake his hand. I had to match his energy, so I needed to hop in my, take my level 1 with some protein because I need to wake up. It's been a long ass day, but your energy is no doubt. I was like, no, I got to match him. Like, this is gonna be a podcast.
This is gonna be a podcast. We're gonna hit some real shit.
Let's get it done. Well, first off, before we get into any of that stuff, I want everyone listening right now to know who Sean is.
So, who Sean is, man. So I come from a very dysfunctional, broken home. Like my father I have like the Goggins story. Maybe I don't know if to the same extent or not, but my father used to beat the shit out of me. My mom was abusive. My sister was abusive. I watched my brother die. I was depressed for 15 years. I was a drug addict for 10 years. I attempted suicide multiple times. Like I've just been through the ringer, and it's all been a blessing and a gift that I had to face some adversities. And I always try to tell people, like, those of us that have been through that kind of hell, most people will never understand the level of darkness we've been through and had to overcome. And so they'll never understand any move we make for the rest of our lives. It's very, meticulous, very strategic, because we just want to make sure that we never fall into the same place again.
Yeah.
I try and tell people when people come to me for like addiction recovery or mental health, depression, and that falls in that whole category, I try to let them know, like, don't expect people to understand the depths of hell that we've been through, because I don't even believe Satan can last.
Yeah,
in the areas that we've been to. Like, it's darker than hell itself.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, to being at something like the lowest point of your life, not everyone's gonna relate with that, right? But we've all have a version of rock bottom, but not everyone's going to relate with your version. Like you were just talking right now and you're saying what you've been through, and my jaw's dropping. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that was your version of rock bottom. That was your version of your hell. And then, I have my version of my hell. But like, I wanted to kind of get into more of, about the depression part before, obviously, we see how you look right now. I don't think you know what I mean? You're looking sassy right now, my boy. But like, get into that depression part and like where it led you. Because I feel like right now in the time we live in, everyone's going through it.
The thing is, like, we've kind of heard this when Andrew Tate kind of started it, but I've always believed this before this even happened. Like, I don't really believe depression has to control you. Like, it's up to you whether it's a decision that you make, whether you want depression to consume you and you want to live through that as your own victim or not. Because I could have chosen to stay there, and shit, I either would have ended up in prison or I would have ended up in the grave. Yeah. One of the two, if I didn't make a decision where I was like, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of like fucking doing drugs and waking up feeling like shit every single day, and just not wanting to live and hating everything and everyone around me. Like, it just wasn't a way to live anymore. So I was like, okay, I got a couple options. Either end up in prison, take my life and actually just pull the trigger, or get my shit together and actually live a fulfilling life and then have a story to tell and save other people.
Let's go.
So that's really where it all stemmed from, and before, like, my life was everything was in black and white. I didn't have color. Like, the way my world was. It was black and white, ashes, fire, that's it. That's what my life was for 20, 21 years. And then the day that I decided to get sober, it was just before my 21st birthday. And I turned the switch on. I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna beat this thing, then I'm going to take a bet on myself, because no one else believes in me. No one else gives a shit about me. Fuck my family. Fuck everybody else around me. I'm just going to eliminate everyone and everything, and I'm going to give myself that chance at life.
Yeah, like you said, double down on yourself.
And so I more than doubled down. I had to, because because here's the thing, like, as I was doing acid, cocaine, and for those who don't know what acid is, it's LSD, cocaine, and weed all together cocktailed 7 days a week, 24/7. I went through 10 years of not even knowing what sober looked like or felt like.
That is insane.
So like the fact that I even have some kind of a brain, I'm very blessed and gifted, because by then most people they'd be a prune. You'd be sitting in a hospital attached to a machine for the rest of your life. So I believe that God gifted me and protected me.
Yeah.
Just like how he prevented me from being successful at trying to take my life.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so I right away like submerged my mind into personal development, working out, reverse engineering, all the unhealthy habits and the behaviors and you know, it's just the things that were going on in my life. And, you know, hired a mentor, took out a fat ass loan and just went all in. I was like, fuck school. It's time to change my life. And then after like the first 2 years, I was like, man, I feel so fucking good. I never relapsed. And here's the thing. I know the horror stories of relapses because I had friends that were relapsing trying to get sober before I cared about getting sober. And like when I made that decision, in my mind, I had told myself, if I relapse, I'm gonna make this deal with the devil. If I relapse, I'll actually put the gun in my mouth and pull the trigger. And I wasn't afraid to die at that time. So it was a bet that I knew I would follow through with if I fell short, if I had that relapse. So with that dangling over my shoulder, you know, I was just like, I can't fail. I can't fall short. Otherwise, guess what? My parents don't have a second son anymore because my oldest brother, he's dead. And so, you know, that was part of my inspiration to not relapse. And the withdrawals were hard. The temptations were hard. But because I immediately moved myself out of bad environments, started working out right away. I mean, listen, man, the amount of drugs I was doing, when I first started working out, I was tripping balls. Like when I'd get on cardio and I'd start running or I'd go outside and, you know, whatever I was doing that was exercise based, I was tripping balls the first 6 months every time I went out to exercise. That's how much shit was sitting in my body from the amount of drugs I had done.
That is insane, bro. And so like what sparked, you said 10 years of this? 15 years?
10 years of straight drugs. So almost 10, like 9 years.
What was it that like allowed you to wake up and realize like I need to get my shit together?
I failed my third attempt of taking my life.
That's a hell of a way to start that right there, is to fail the third attempt. And like now you're saying that like, you know, God saved you and put you on the earth for this. And now what do you do now? And what do you do with this opportunity that you turned your life around?
So, because the thing was that third attempt was like God spoke to me and said like, why do you think you haven't succeeded at taking your life? Because it's not your time. You have a story that needs to save other people, and you're the one to do it. That's why I have not allowed you to succeed at fulfilling this task you've been trying to attempt 3 times now. And that's the conversation that God and I had. And for me, it was like, okay, holy shit, and that's when I was like, I'm going to bet on myself. And so as I got through that process and my life started to improve and the quality of my life started to improve, I wanted to do the same for others. So I became a coach. I became a health and wellness coach, you know, recovery coach. And then as my life excelled, you know, then eventually like business was doing great. And then I became a business coach. And, you know, so I just have these few different departments of what I coach in. So health and wellness is one of them. Business is the other. And then the other one is recovery, mental health, depression, everything that falls in that quarter. You know, and I've been in the game for 20 years now for coaching. And, you know, through that process, I was a financial advisor for 6 years, more so because I really wanted to learn money and insurance. And I just had no clue because obviously school doesn't teach us those things.
No, so, God forbid they teach us anything that's useful.
So, and that was a path I wanted to go down because it was another form of helping people.
Yeah.
And I walked away because of some unethical people that I was working with at the brokerage firm. And so I left and I was like, all right, I'm never turning back. I'm going all in. And now I'm going to go even harder on the wellness coaching as a whole, where like I can literally help people change the quality of their life, including with their relationships with their families, their children, their spouses, you know. And I believe that I am the answer. Yeah, I'm the answer.
Well, you walked the path, like, you know what I mean. Like at the end of the day, like you've walked the path. You've been through depression. You've tried to attempt suicide 3 times.
Father beat the shit out of me. I watched my brother die. Like all these things.
It's absolutely insane, you know. And right now we have a lot of people that have these some similar problems, some worse than others. We know not everyone has the same entire lifestyle, right? But at the same time, like, how do you feel about the people that don't have that bad lifestyle, but yet they don't want to change their life around?
If you don't want to change your life around, then don't bitch and complain why the quality of your life sucks. Don't bitch and complain why you're out of shape, why you're broke, why you're not making any money. You have to make changes, and you have to start changing your habits at the same time. Like you got to get up early. You know, like a lot of people say like, it's not about the morning routine, but you know what? For us addicts, it is about the morning routine. Addicts will always be addicts. And as long as you can accept the fact that you've been addict for the rest of your life, now you have to transform those those addictions to healthy obsessions.
Yep.
And you have to have a step-by-step process that keeps you in line with the ultimate goal so that you never revert back to, because let me tell you something, I want to get the fuck away as far as I can from where I came from.
Yeah.
But I also am going to use that as my absolute fuel to my fire, So, waking up early has been the cornerstone of my success. And I know that's been for a lot of people, but like I wake up at 2:00 in the morning. I go out for cardio at 4:00 in the morning, and then my business starts at 6:30. But from 2 to 6, I am unreachable. No one has access to me. That is my window of time to stack my day with wins, start the day off right, so that I'm in the right mentality and the right mindset, so that no matter what obstacle comes my way the rest of the day, it's a walk in the park.
So that time's for you.
Yeah.
Right. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand is that, before you could wake up and before I could pour into other people, right? Before you could pour into people.
You got to fill your own cup.
You got to fill your own cup.
Yeah.
Right. And that's something that people don't seem to really get sometimes. They don't make time for themselves. And I was just talking about this not too long ago. Talking actually with the team, and we talked a little bit on the podcast, is that I feel the reason why is that it's much easier to try to help someone out than try to help yourself. Right, to really face your true demons, face what you need to face before you get out to the world and try to help someone and lend a hand out.
Yeah.
Right. And right now, I feel like everyone is doing that. Well, let me help this person, but now I don't have time to help myself. Oh, that's all right. I'm just used to helping people. I'm used to helping people. But it doesn't work that way, because if you don't walk through the fire, if you don't change your life around, if you don't put yourself first, then you can't help anyone else.
Well, I see a lot of like women empowerment nonsense that's happening on social media. And thing is, like, they're so broken that they think they can help other people because they're still broken and they understand what being broken is. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, your guidance, and this goes for guys too, but I'm seeing it a lot in the female world. It's really bizarre. But your guidance is going to be jaded, incorrect, and you're going to fuck somebody up if you are not completely in control of all the traumas and the shit that you've been through.
Facts.
You can't be going through the process and then think you can coach other people while you're going through, because you're going to misguide them. There's no way you can give them proper guidance, no matter what you think is right or wrong, because you're not good. And if you're not good, you can't help someone else get good.
No, I agree with this. So me and Francine actually just completely turned our whole podcast around today we filmed. And we're going to talk about one subject, but then I kind of led into something else of like, right now that a lot of the females are talking about, oh, well, 50-50 is not how it should ever start, and my man needs to be making over 100,000 and blah, blah. But you're looking at someone that got with me when I was fat as shit. I was not as good looking as I am now. I didn't have any type of muscles. I have ambition, but I wasn't really.
Yeah, you've lost like 350 pounds.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And she stood with me by my side going 50-50, right? Because I didn't make a lot of money.
Right.
And now she's taken care of.
Yeah.
She doesn't swipe her card, doesn't have to worry about her bills. Her bills are on auto pay.
But that's because she stood by you while you went through your hardships, and now and that showed her that that's your queen.
Yeah,
she stood
100%.
by you through your hard times, didn't judge you, didn't fucking belittle you, didn't emasculate you, none of that stuff. Like all she did was pour into you. Now you're giving it back in return, and now you guys got this awesome fucking teamwork going on together with this podcast, and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
But she poured in first.
Yeah, I really believe behind every successful man is a successful woman, because like right there is the reason why I got to do a lot of this stuff. She had support. Like you said, she supported me, she pushed me, she uplifted me. And now that she did all that and she had faith in me and knowing that I was going to be something, she's set for life. She's my queen.
And she'll never let you go backwards to where you came from.
Hell no. She'd have put her foot on my ass the other day, man.
She'll start cutting slabs off.
Yeah, 100%. She's like, look at here, you lazy ass, get to work. But you know what I mean? And that's what it takes to grow. And I feel like so many people, like you said, are doing a little bit of work and trying to teach people, right? And trying to guide people. But yet they haven't made their self.
Look, let me tell you something. I'll tell you something that the world of therapy is fucking people up and completely misguiding them. There is no such thing as true healing, like 100% healed, where like this problem or this trauma is gone. Mm-mm. You're never healed. You learn how to contain the trauma. You learn how to tame it so that it can never come back and take over. And if you ever feel it creeping up, you know what you have to do to keep that motherfucker in the
shut
cage,
it down.
to keep the monster in the cage.
Yep.
Like, there's no such thing as actually, I am fully healed, I'm fucking good. There's no such thing.
No.
You will always have this problem. It will always haunt you. It will always try to come back to you. It's just like how even Andy talks about it. That fat motherfucker that I used to be is always creeping in my fucking ear, telling me, sit down, just chill. You don't have to work out hard. You can eat this. no, motherfucker, like you're not fucking telling me what I can and can't do. I'm in control. And so like, and that's part of the things, like, you know what you have to turn to when you hear this thing coming up.
Yep.
Like my depression, it still creeps up to me from time to time. But the thing is, like, I know when it's coming, and I'm like, okay, I'm isolating myself. I got to go into my man cave, into my hole, and work on me and take control to make sure this thing doesn't take over.
That's you pointed out, right? You point out, you know when it's coming, you know how to shut it up.
You have to attack it.
You got to attack it
and
first.
I think most people are like, oh, I'm healed, I'm good. But then when this thing comes back 2 years later because something fucking triggered you,
break.
Now you're fucked.
Yeah, you're like,
broken.
oh, I thought it was gone. It's never gone. And like, that's why I talk with my clients. Like, the old version of yourself is always going to be the fucking funnest person.
It's the first one.
It's the first one. It's the best person. The one that gets to eat what he wants, drink what he wants, smoke, drink, sex, whatever the fuck that one person want to do.
Yeah.
That's what they get to do. That's always going to be the fucking fun one. But the hard one is going to be the best one. The one that you want to become is going to be the best one. And how I kind of explain this is, think about it. Every single thing we've done in our life, we have this voice in our head not to do it. But we also had a voice in our head to do it. We've let the one to say to do it the whole time win so much, we just shut down the best version of ourselves.
Yeah.
We've always had the best version of ourselves in us. We've never not had the best. When we were a fucking kid and they said, don't touch that pot, and we go and touch it, we knew we shouldn't touch it, but we touched it anyways. Why? Because we wanted to. Because we felt like it, right?
Yeah.
And we don't listen to ourselves. So what? Over these years, we just shut it down to where that voice of the best version of ourselves becomes so quiet. But yet the lazy person, the one that doesn't want to work, the one that doesn't want to take accountability, the one that doesn't want to take action to what he really wants to become, just loud as hell, and we just let him win. But then we wonder why we're unhappy with our decisions in our life and our goals, because we never let the best version of ourselves speak, because we shut it down.
Yeah, and there's that saying, like, that which you don't hate, you'll eventually tolerate. And that exactly applies right here, because if you don't hate that shitty version of yourself, if you don't hate that fucking thing that's always trying to creep in, you're going to allow it to take over from time to time. You're going to be like, it's too fucking hard. Life is too hard. This is bullshit, this bad relationship. And then guess what? That motherfucker comes in,
wins,
takes over, wins. And now you're fucked up for a few months. And then you start repeating this nasty cycle, and it just never goes away. Kind of like when you see people constantly reposting their old pictures of when they were like in great shape, and now they're kind of not, but they're always reposting when they were in good shape. And I'm like, motherfucker, like, you're not there. So why are you trying to pretend to live in this past life? Like, all you're doing is showing how fucking broken you are, and that you're going to stay broken because you're stuck in the cycle.
Like the people that capped in high school. Right?
Yeah.
Their highlight was high school, right? They're like, oh, remember back in high school, man, we were the man. Like, what did you do after high school? Like, where are you at now? Like, that was 10 years ago we graduated. What are we doing now?
Right.
Right. And then it's so funny you say that, man. I was just looking at a couple coaches that I see posting the same transformations every single for the last 6 months. Right? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, you spoke on it. I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna call them out, because I'm just gonna say
I
that
could put 10 people on blast.
I've seen people
on the spot
that say they got 10,000 transformation in the last X amount of years, but I've seen the same 20 transformation for the last 7 months. I don't know, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If it smells like shit, it's probably shit. Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's so true that, people like to post up their highlight, but they don't like to post up where they're at right now.
But it's like, the thing is, like, what real people can see through the bullshit, because all you're doing is putting up a whole bunch of fucking smoke that you don't have the discipline today, and your former self had the discipline, and today you don't have the discipline. So you're just showing the world that you're a fucking loser. I don't have discipline. This version of me a year ago who competed looks fucking awesome, but this version of me today kind of sucks compared to that person. Why is that acceptable? Why is that okay to tell the world I'm not disciplined today? But I used to be, so you should listen to me.
So I should be your coach.
Yeah,
I was good 10 years ago or 5 years ago, or even 5 months ago. It's easy. It's easy to become lazy. It's probably easy for you to not wake up at 1, 2 in the morning tomorrow.
Oh, dude,
Easy
my mind. Well, now it's just out of habit. I wake up early. It's just, I enjoy it, because for me, when I get up that early, I'm at this like sense of peace. Like, on one end, I wake up angry and hostile and violent. It's just who I am, because that's the world I was born into. This fucking thunderstorm, right? And that was 20 years. I'm 38 years old. So the first more than half my life, 20 years of my life, was just absolute chaos and insanity. So I still have a lot of learning to do from my past life. Yeah. Because that was majority of my life still. I'm not 40 yet, where I can at least be even, 50-50. So I am a firm believer in reflecting on your past self, because there's so much to learn. Being 38, being clean for 18 years, and living the life I have been, does not mean I've learned everything that I need to learn from the previous life.
I love that you said that.
And I still got to go back to it. I will intentionally go into a hole, take myself to a dark place, and just revisit some things that I know I still need to kind of calculate and assess to make sure that who I used to be never comes in. So like I still wake, like I was saying, I still wake up violent, I still wake up hostile, and I still wake up angry, just naturally. But at the same time, because I get up early, there's my first win of the day, and I'm at peace because it's quiet.
You hear that? He said his first win.
It's silent.
I love that.
It's 2:00 in the morning. I hear birds. I got my dogs. It's quiet. And right away, like that violence and the anger just fucking calms down. Because I'm not waking up and there's crazy shit going on. The world's awake. Fucking, cars are honking and everyone's trying to get your attention. I'm at peace.
Yeah.
And
It's your time.
So now I can calm and contain that motherfucker like I've been talking about. And then my routine starts. I meditate, I read, and when I meditate with my dogs because they keep me at bay.
Yeah.
And then I read, and then I have my coffee, boom, out the door at 4:00.
I was literally going to ask you, like, you wake up every single morning, what do you do to pour into yourself? But you just said it, right? You read, you meditate, you focus on yourself.
The first hour and a half.
Self-development, right?
The first hour and a half is at home, just containing everything and reflecting, going through stuff, whether I got to look at the day or look at the previous day, or even shit, if things went wrong and if I'm feeling a certain way about it, I'm going to attack this bitch before I step outside. And here's the cool thing. When I step outside and I go for cardio at 4:00 in the morning, it's still dark. The moon is bright. I see the stars. And it's another way of me walking through my darkness because it's dark.
It's you by yourself.
So I get to enter that space of where I came from, and I intentionally will relive everything so that I make sure I stay in control.
Dang,
That's what waging
insane.
war. That's what waging war within means. Go into the place that you came from and battle it, and tame the demons where they become your alliance. Because then when time comes to fucking call on them, they're at your disposal.
See, that's absolutely insane what you just said right now, because you say you go to that dark place every single day while so many people are trying to run. Yeah, intentionally. People are trying to run from that. People are trying to not face
You can't escape it. You can't run away from your demons. They will beat your ass down if you run. You cannot escape that shit.
Yeah, I know that. I 100% know. I get that.
You know that.
Well, you know what I mean? But so many people run away from that stuff, right? Because they don't want to face the truth, right? But at the end of the day, it's easy for them to point the finger at someone else, right? No account. We live right now in a time where there's no accountability, right? There's not enough big sizes in the grocery or in the clothing section, so we need bigger sizes. And we don't need to get smaller. We just need bigger sizes. we don't need smaller people. We need bigger plates. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so we live in this time where, like, and now that time that we live in right now, they're making it okay. They're making it sound okay. Like, you know what? No, you're right. We shouldn't lose weight. We should have bigger planes. We should have bigger clothes. We should have bigger seats. There's no ownership. Right, everything is everyone else's problem, and how dare you look at me to judge me because I'm the size because this is how God made me. God forbid I work on myself.
Yeah, and no one wants to. So I didn't mean to interrupt you, but no one wants to accept the fact that for every action has a reaction, and that reaction is either negative or positive depending on how you actually take it upon you. And that's just the way it is.
My clients know that. Literally what you just said, I literally just said the group Zoom call.
But like no matter how shitty the reaction is, even if you're at fault for the action that you took is what's responsible for the reaction to take place.
Damn.
And if you don't own that action, then you will forever go through life always playing a victim.
Always being a victim, because everything else is everyone's problem. Everything else is my fault. Look, at the end of the day, we all have problems. You got your problem. Shoot, my dad was murdered 2 months ago. I have a bodybuilding show. Whoa. My dad was murdered 2 months ago. Literally, I was in California for a whole month. Was it last month? It was last month. I was in California for almost a whole month. I got a phone call from my grandma at 11 o'clock at night. Was in California by 3 a.m. Stayed there for a whole month. I had to go through shit too. Shit's not easy. Just because you see a cool ass fucking logo and we see a cool podcast and shit like this, you have a fucking sick ass yours, doesn't mean life's fucking easy. We all go through shit, but how are you gonna handle the situation? Because I could easily went through that death, been sad, been hurt, go back to my old habits, take some time off online coaching, put that 300 pounds right fucking back on. Because I put on 100 pounds in 9 months when my grandpa passed away. Yeah. Right? But people don't understand that it's not the fucking situation that we're going through. It's how you handle the situation. Yeah, life, we're promised two things: stress and death. Yeah. How are you going to handle it? Yeah. Are you going to sit here and play victim every single day? Right? Complain that you can't wipe your own fucking ass, that your girlfriend has to put your socks on for you, that you can't see your own dick? Or are you going to get there and fucking change it? Yeah. Right? You 100%. Have the choice is ours, right? 100%. The choice is ours to eat, or the choice is ours to fucking change our life. Right? Yeah. And no one could hate on me and say that I'm fucking fat phobic or nothing, because I was over 600 pounds.
You were the fat
couldn't
ass
see my dick. Yeah. I couldn't wipe my ass. You know, it was hard as hell to wipe my ass. I also couldn't buy cool ass clothes. I was dressing like a fucking golfing grandpa. Yeah. You ever been to Men's DXL? You ever been there? You ain't no girl want to hook up with a guy that looks like a fucking 60-year-old grandpa.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's gonna die tomorrow.
Yeah, one Twinkie away from that for sure. And you know what I mean? Just having you on and just hearing your excitement, your voice is just absolutely just amazing because like I love sitting next to someone who's had it worse than me and who's absolutely shining, right? Because there's so many people that started off maybe in a better footsteps than you, maybe didn't have a dysfunctional family, didn't go through suicide, depression, and they will use every fucking excuse to why they're not successful.
They didn't
We
have
have
anything
someone like
hard.
here that freak. And I didn't grow up.
People don't know what hard is. Like people don't know what hard is. Like what your hard was and my hard. Like people try to fake hard, and it's like, dude, you're going to get crippled by life by trying to fake your hard when you're not even actually dealing with it, and you're just fucking tolerating it.
No, you're just putting a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
What did I say earlier? What did I say in the podcast? A Band-Aid is meant to cover or heal, but it ain't meant to heal it. You know what I mean? I don't know where that came from, but I said that. I was like, oh shit,
Good.
I think I know what I'm talking about.
That's good.
I think, yeah. I mean, this is why people pay me to speak on stage. Oh shit, man, I'm starting to get somewhere now. You know what I mean? But it's a very true thing, man. It's like to sit here and just interact with you. I've only known you for now 30
10
minutes.
minutes, 20
So
minutes,
yeah, whatever it's been. It's just like, I feel like that fire in your
There's
voice.
energy exchange.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think the coffee did it. I think it's just you. You know what I mean? But honestly, man, the coffee hasn't kicked in yet. But it just exchanged, and like you hear the excitement in your voice because like I don't know if I'm speaking for you, but like you fucking love life because no one understands that how much you need to love life unless you're ready to take
life. Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? I went through it. Before I didn't believe in depression. I used to fucking laugh at it. I used to think it was stupid.
I still do.
Like I've been fat my whole entire life. How are you gonna be depressed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you depressed about? What blah blah blah. But I had to go through it. I had to go through my own depression, and I had to, I had to fight my own demons, and I became suicidal. I was ready to go, bro. I was fucking over 600 pounds, man. I just lost my best friend, which is my grandpa, right over there, right? And life just fucking sucked. I didn't care about my relationship with this amazing person I have. I didn't care about people around me. I just knew that I was getting a point in my life where I was becoming fucking a nuisance. I was gonna become like my 600-pound people, where I was gonna literally just be laying there. I was like, I couldn't.
What's
that's
that
not
show
how I was
called?
raised.
My 600-Pound
Yeah, my
Life?
600-pound life, right? I was gonna become that person.
Yeah.
And my family didn't raise me that way. My family raised me with confidence. My family raised me how to work hard. My family raised me better than that.
Yeah.
And I was so disgusted in myself and my decisions and how bad I let myself go that it was better for me to fucking take my own life. Literally, with the fucking Glock that I have in the next room, I was ready to go. But I got family. I got people who love me. I love myself. And I said it. I was like, I need to fucking change my life together or I'm going to fucking die. And if I'm going to die, I'm going to take my own life. It ain't going to be from a fucking heart attack.
Right.
Like, that's the one thing I'm going to have control of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to control
For
something.
sure.
You know what I mean? I'm going to control something. And people don't understand that it's like, until you go through something like that, and thank God not everyone goes through something like this, but their own version of rock bottom, then you'll know how valuable fucking life is. Right? When you realize that you're ready to lose yours, you'll realize how valuable it is.
It's funny because, you say that, and a lot of people who try to claim like they've been through rock bottom it's not really a rock bottom because they still have options. When you're at rock bottom, you have no options. The option is death or go straight up. There is no options. And most people who claim to be at rock bottom, obviously nothing's changing in your life. That means you're not at rock bottom because you are still playing the option game. Your life is an option. The things you do are an option. The people you hang out with is still an option. Your shitty family is still an option. Everything is still an option. So you're not at rock bottom when you try to say, I'm at rock bottom and I don't know what to do. No, if you're at rock bottom, there's only one thing to do.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I don't think people really comprehend that. And they try to magnify something that's so small to give it power and then justify to the world why their life is fucked up.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
This
guy's dropping. I hope people taking notes today, because I'm usually not this cutthroat on my podcast, right? But I love having someone like you to say it, right? And
Someone's got to say it.
Someone's got to talk, like, you know what I mean. But I love it though, because we both have something in common. We listen to Andy,
Yeah.
right. It's not sugar coated.
No.
And that's what I feed off of. That's what pours into me, allows me to be the person I am. Because at the end of the day, I've had family who told me, "Oh, Mio, you look so good. You could be what you want. You could do that." I don't need that anymore. I actually got to be over 600 pounds. I had too much confidence.
Yeah.
Okay, but at the end of the day, I need someone that's gonna. We need people that's gonna check us, right? Guide us, but check us.
I believe in, so like I still, here's the crazy thing. I still live my life in black and white, but black and white reality, 100% truth, full transparency. Like you're going to get fucked up. You don't get anything fabricated. If you're going to be coached by me, there's zero fabrication because I believe even the fraction of a percent of fabrication can completely ruin somebody's life. So if it means I got to feed it to you with like a fist in your mouth, then that's what you're going to get fed.
This guy's not small either. I'm just going to say it right now. Man.
I got a client that said that she always says, she's like, I don't want to get Hulk smashed by Sean, so I'm going to fucking follow what this guy tells me to do.
Hell yeah, man.
And when she hears this, she's going to know I'm talking about
When
it.
you raise your voice, I turned and looked at you. I was like, oh shit, man. But it's true though, because a lot of us live a lie.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We have people in our circle because they make us feel better. I was a friend in the circle because they're like, well, shit, I'll never be as big as that guy. Right. And then we have the people who are like, oh, you look good. You don't need to lose weight. Oh, you need to change yourself around. They don't do that. Those are the people I actually want to get rid of.
Yeah, because they need your shitty version to make themselves feel better, to fit their narrative.
Exactly.
And actually, like my girlfriend talked about this not long ago. This is something that she had to go through where like certain family members and certain friends did not want her leveling up. They actually hated her and I being together. Because when she came into my life, it was like, you're going to fucking level up or you're piecing out the door. Like, you're not going to exist because this shit is not happening. And I realized, like, it wasn't her. She was attracted to me because of the way I live my life. Black and white, reality, 100%. You know, virtues, values, principles. Like, this is the way it is. And she had people in her life that just wanted her to say right there where it fit their narrative, to be comfortable, to have low standards, to not have high expectations. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding. These are shitty human beings that you're fucking listening to and surrounding yourself with. Is that what you really want? Because that's not going to fly with me because I'm the polar opposite. So you're either going to be stuck in the middle, conflicted with what you want to side with, or you got to figure out, like, do I want to be with people that want me to be at a lower level, or do I really want to elevate my life with someone that's actually going somewhere and has a very clear vision with where he's going?
That's it. Uh-oh. Frankie, I know you heard that one. We've had that conversation before. I was like, hope she's taking notes too, you know what I mean? But no, it's true. When you hang out with people that don't want to see you do better, and when you start to do better, you start becoming disgusting, right? They start getting mad at you. They can't stand you. They can't believe you. You change. You don't remember where you came from, X, Y, and Z. But at the end of the day, the whole part of life is to continue to become better. You shouldn't be in the same group since you were a kid. Like, you should always be leveling up and upgrading.
You know what's
yourself.
funny about people who say, like, you don't remember where you came from? Like, motherfucker,
They're still in the same place.
I remember exactly where I came from, and that's why I'm trying to get as far away as I can from it. Like,
they're
bitch, what are you talking about?
And they're still in the same place.
Yeah, you're still in the same place.
I posted
broke,
a video.
busted, and disgusted.
Oh, shit. My man's dropping bars today. I posted up a cooking video, man. And I've never seen so much fucking...
like a week or two ago?
So much hate, bro. So
Why?
much hate. I don't know, because everyone's a nutritionist. But we're looking at the comments, right? And my team's getting pissed off. I'm like, you got to understand. Put yourself... Big John's never been overweight, but me, obviously, Frankie have. I was like, put ourselves back in our old version of ourselves when we would see other people that we either know or other people lost weight. They probably had surgery. Oh, their family's probably rich. Oh, we would find everything to hate.
Yeah.
So there was all that. So people are giving me nutrition advice. I've lost 350 pounds. And then when you click on their actual page, they're 300, 400 pounds telling me how to eat and telling me I'm doing it wrong. So you know what I mean? So it's like, you got to pay attention to who you're taking advice from.
Well, here's the thing. People hate on what they gave up on. That's people hate what they gave up on. So they gave up on getting rich, getting healthy, getting jacked, getting the good partner. They gave up on all that shit. So now if you're doing it, fuck you, bro. Right. Fuck you. I can't have that. You can't either. I gave up on myself, so fuck you. Yeah. That's how it is. Bro, do you know what kind of heat I got the moment I got that fucking car?
Tell me what I'm going to get. Please tell me my near future.
So if I rewind backwards a couple years, before I got that car,
I seen all your cars you've owned.
So you
posted it.
Yeah, so
that's a fly video.
So, when I bought the Bentley, the shit that people were making up were like, oh, he's a fucking drug dealer. And I'm like, and then some people were bringing that to my attention. I'm like, drug dealer? Motherfuckers, you'd be my clients if I was a drug dealer. Like, let's get fucking real for a second here. They thought I was like dealing juice and all that shit. I'm like, you guys will all be my clients if I was doing that. You just chose not to pay attention to how hard I was working. Every day when I talked about 4 a.m. club, my fucking license plate says 4 a.m. club.
It says right there.
Right? So you don't pay attention to wake up when I'm talking about getting up early, when I'm staying up late. Like you choose not to pay attention. So then when I do roll up on something nice, oh, how the fuck did he get that?
You cheated somehow.
Yeah. Then I get that car and people are hating on the fact that like I worked my ass off, and guess what? I'm already working on the second one right now as we speak. Not a Urus, but another Lambo. And it's like, I already know the next fucking bullshit heat that's going to come with it. Because again, people are not willing to work as hard as you are. They're not willing to, make the sacrifice that you are. They're not willing to give up their, evenings out. They want to still have a good time. I'm like, guess what? Andy and Ed said this best. Winning is more fun than fun is fun.
100%.
And that's the reality of it. And guess what? I love to win. I love seeing my friends win. I love seeing my clients win. That's way more fun to me than going out and fucking having a good time with a bunch of people who don't give a shit about me.
And spending money on people who don't give a shit about you. When it's gone, they're gone. They're gone. You know what I mean? And it's amazing you're saying this because that's literally how I base my brand around. So when I first started doing my coaching and stuff like that, I had a bad taste for that shit because I was on the other side paying for that stuff. I had a personal trainer when I was 400 some pounds, giving me Anavar, charging me $500 a month. I was 450 pounds taking Anavar, bro. And he was sound on top of that. Let's not even just worry that it was a steroid. And that was 450 pounds. My man was charging me $500 for 30 of them a month. And I was paying it because I'm thinking of like, oh, this is the magic stuff. It's going to help me lose weight.
Pill.
Magic fucking pill. I didn't do shit.
Fuck.
Didn't do nothing, right? But so I was really skeptical about this stuff because I see all this nonsense go on. But I was like, wait, why am I skeptical? Like, this is my brand. This is my logo. This is what I have tatted on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I went in to do it and I was telling what I was going to run it, I was like, okay, cool. We're going to do all my coaching. We're going to do this. We're doing weekly calls. We're not doing once a month check-in bullshit. We're doing weekly calls.
Got to raise the standard.
We got to raise the standard. On top of that, it's weight loss is not just eating clean. It's a fucking mindset. It's breaking habits.
It's a lifestyle.
It's getting out of that circle of fucking feeling sorry for yourself and starting making the changes that are going to be hard, but they're going to be the best things you ever do.
Yeah.
Right? And so everyone's like, look, no, we can't do that. You can't do that. You're going to be too reachable. It's going to be too much. We want you to work less. We want you to enjoy your, whatever you're making, blah, blah. And I was like, first, I know one part of me, bro, I was about to listen to everyone because I had the whole 7 people in the room and I was about to listen to them. And I was like, who the fuck? What?
Why would I listen?
Why am I going to listen to you?
I wouldn't trade places with you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't speak.
I was like, yeah, for a second I was about to, and I was like, wait, I was looking around the room. No offense, Frankie was in there too. I was like, why the fuck? I don't want to be like you, motherfucker. I don't want to be like any of you in here. So why am I going to listen to you? This is my brand. Bro, that's the best thing I've ever done. And I don't say it, my clients say it.
Yeah.
Right? Because they get to constantly talk to me. We talk about their wins, talk about their losses. We make a game plan. They go fix it.
Yeah,
strategic
work at it. Adjustments.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And like, it's so crazy because like, that's a hard way, bro. I work a lot. You fucking work a lot. I work a lot. But guess what? It feels so good to know that my clients are actually winning.
Yeah.
Right? When I got a text today, literally today, my client was like, yo, man. And he's lost 46 pounds. He's like, yo, I got my blood work back.
Today? Yeah. Okay.
He's like, yo, my diabetes is under control. Bro, do you understand? That shit's
a
way
win.
better than me going to fucking the club down the street in
that's a
Vegas
win.
and pop a bottle.
That's a win.
That's a fucking win right there. Do you
That's
understand?
you stacking a win. He's winning, but that's you stacking a win also because you just helped change this guy's life.
Yeah. I always tell them it's their story. I'm just a part of it, right? Because they're the one putting the work. And that shit's a real win to me.
Yeah.
Right? That is a real win. I've lived my whole entire life fucking selfish. Right? Doing what I want, not giving a fuck about other people, being fucking selfish. I'm busy. Bro, I'm done with that shit.
Yeah.
I realized my best life has been me helping people.
Yeah.
Right? But first I had to help myself.
For sure.
First I had to dig myself.
You have to be a little selfish to get to that point. But again, like the only way you're going to be able to coach people is you get good first before you can actually help other people get good.
And actually good.
Yeah. And like,
not halfway there.
And so like that kind of leads into like the next topic where, I am anti-AA and A and all that therapy bullshit.
I've seen that video.
So I just made that video about therapy the other day, but I've also made another video where I'm completely anti-A. So AA is the biggest scam ever in the history of like the world. It's got a 95% fail rate.
Damn, I didn't know that.
So that wasn't the intention behind it. The intention was good, but it's not helping people. And what it does, and then it turned into this fucking money machine where the people that are actually starting this up, there's a lot of governmental funding, but everyone else stays fucked up and broken. So when I first got sober, my girlfriend at the time, we walk into an AA meeting, and in 10 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here?
What do they focus on? I've never been in there. So is it just like
they're focused on the problem. They're focused on the fact that why you're fucked up, and hey, you got to get your life together. And if you fucked up, it's okay. Let's start out over again. Like it's a bunch of bullshit.
So it's like a circle.
Yeah, and here's the thing: like, I'm in a room where out of say 200 people, maybe 3 people in there are actually there because they give a shit about wanting to change, and no one else in there wants.
200 people in there.
It could be. It just depends on where you go. The one that I went to was like stacked, but there's ones where they're like 20 people and there's like a couple hundred people. It just depends on where you go. But the thing is, like, The room, here's the thing. The room is extremely negative. The energy sucks. The frequency sucks. There's no one in there that gives a shit about getting good. You might be the only person there. So that right out the gate is already telling you that is a red flag. I'm trying to get good, and I'm going to be in this kind of environment when we're supposed to be getting out of this fucking environment.
Yeah, where everyone looks miserable.
And I'm going to be around a bunch of other fucking druggies who don't want to get good, where half of them are there because the court system put them there, and the other half are there because their family said, you better go to fucking AA, well, like, or NA, but they don't really want to get good. And then guess what? They become friends, and then they go out and get fucked up together. And then come back, oh, I fucked up this weekend. No problem. Today's a new day. We start all over.
Try again.
So here's my thing. I went a second time. I left within 10 minutes the first time. I go a second time. She's like, just give it a try. Da, da, da. And I'm like, and here's the thing. I'm not knocking it. For the people that it works, great. If it works for you, awesome. The reality is for most people, it doesn't. And the reason that, and the things that I'm saying is exactly the reason why. Here's what tops it off. This topped it off for me. The people that are hosting it, that are speaking, and they're like 20 years sober, 30 years sober, got their chips and all that shit. I'm thinking like, if that's what my life looks like to be sober, I'd rather be a fucking junkie till the day I die. Because there's no way I'm gonna be a miserable motherfucker, 50-year-old fat piece of shit that's not making money, that's not healthy, that's not fit, doesn't have a hot wife. Like, fuck that, bro. Like, I'm going right back to drugs if that's what my life is to look forward to. I would not trade places with this guy.
Yeah, it's very hard to listen to someone.
So I was like, so that's not who's going to teach me how to get sober and recover and get my life good. And that's where I realized, like, I got to figure this shit out on my own because there's no one doing what I need.
Yeah.
And that's why I decided to become a recovery coach because, like, motherfucker, I am the answer. You want to get sober? You want to recover? You want a good life? I'm going to fucking show you how to do it the right way because I am the example. I'm in shape.
You wrote the
I'm
book.
successful. I'm making money. I work my ass off. I plug 100-hour weeks religiously every single week. I don't fucking miss a beat. I don't have issues. And the issues that I have, I know how to overcome and conquer so that it never takes over who I am. And that's where my confidence comes from because, like, these people don't have an answer. They don't have real guidance. They don't have an example to look at, like, this guy got through drugs, through suicide, through family death, and he's still in shape, and he's still successful, and he's making money, and he's got the fucking car. Like,
no, they got the guy pulling up in the 1990 Corolla saying that this is your life. This is what's going to be.
Like,
no one to listen. I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's very
that's
real.
going to inspire the guy who's fucked up to want to change their life. Like, oh, shit. So this is what life on the other side of addiction actually looks like.
Yeah.
Not like that miserable bitch.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. No, it's true. It's like me sitting here saying, "Hey, man, I want to be your life coach and weight loss coach, and I'm fucking 600 pounds."
Yeah, it doesn't. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't
that way.
make any sense. It doesn't work like that.
And I've gotten heat for that. People say like, "Oh, you're a fucking arrogant bastard." Like, no. The thing is, like, there's only so many of us that come from that world that have come out and doing it right, and we're not miserable bastards.
Well, it's 5%.
It's not even. It's a fraction. Because there's a lot of people that are sober, that stay sober for 30, 40 years, but their life sucks. They're still unhealthy.
That makes sense.
They're unhealthy. Their relationships are unhealthy. They're not making good money. They're not fucking power players. They're not making moves. You know, they're not willing to plug away hours and fucking learn their skills and, you know, upgrade who they are.
They're okay with being average.
Yeah. And
which is their prerogative.
It's fine, but the reality is, when you're coming from a fucked up junkie life, the only thing that's truly going to inspire someone to never fucking go back is the exact polar opposite. Get fit, get in great shape, work hard, make a lot of money, find a hot wife or a very attractive man, but get yourself good first and fucking do life right. And you can 100% manifest that. But the only way you can manifest that, because I hate that term. I hate the fact that I'm even using it. But people think you can just like magically wish things to come to fruition. Real manifestation is when your conscious mind and your subconscious mind align with absolute non-negotiable commitment.
Yeah.
That's manifestation. With action. That's what real manifestation is. You go to work and there's an alignment between your conscious and your subconscious mind. Boom. Go.
I fucking love that. So that's when I talk to everyone, right? I'm like, oh, tell me your goal. They tell you the main goal, right? Oh, I want to be a millionaire.
Am I yelling, by the way?
I'm like, no, you're good, bro. Okay. You're absolutely good. We're good over there. You know, I was like, what do you want? What do you want? I want to, say $1 million. I don't want to know about that $1 million. What's your real goal? I told you, coach, I want to make $1 million. I want to lose 100 pounds this month.
Why?
I don't care about that. Well, what do you mean? What are you asking? well, what's it going to take to get there? I don't care about your end goal. What are the 3 things you're going to need to get there?
Yeah.
Right? We put this one goal on top and like, that's all we focus on, 100 pounds down. But we don't eat clean. If we're not going to the gym, if we're not making better decisions, if we're not doing some cardio or some lifting, you're never going to get the 100 pounds down. So now what's your real goal? Your real goal is to eat clean. Your real goal is to make better decisions. Yeah. Your real goal is to go into the gym. Your real goal is to take yourself serious. Now, when you do those steps, now you get your big goal. But at the end of the day, that big goal should be at the bottom. Those 3 things should be right in front of it.
Yeah, because you have to create a game plan.
Yeah, but
around
people
that
think
stuff
because
too.
you say it, you're gonna get it done, and it's not how it's gonna happen. Without action, you'll never have anything.
No, it's kind of like how people try to magically think that one day they're just gonna meet the person of their dreams, and it's like, but if you're not that person that they need, you're never gonna attract the person that you want.
Damn. And that you just hurt a lot of feelings right now.
That's fire, motherfucker.
That was fire. That was it. Francine's over there like, damn, but she's good. She got herself a high value man. She's good right now. She knows she's set.
That's right, dude.
Yeah,
Don't
she
fucking
knows it.
forget that shit.
Man. She knows.
No,
She
but
knows.
you're a high value man too, because you are doing the shit you're supposed to do. You are helping people out. You're fucking working your ass off. You're getting in the best shape of your life. Like, you are putting all the fucking steps in order, following what your mission is with no deviation. Like, that matters. That means something.
100%.
And even if we take her out of the picture, that means something for your people, because your people need that example. And if you deviate from the mission, you're fucking everybody else over, because now you have a responsibility to show them what life looks like even when it gets hard.
Exactly. 100%. I ain't fucking this up, because you know what? This is a big opportunity I have. You know what I mean? Me and Francine, we're sitting down. You know, he's met John, you met Francine. We're sitting down. I'm like, just like, we've been doing this, like, I've been doing the coaching for 15 months. Like, I was like, do you understand that, like, Andy took like 5 years to make a profit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have the blessing with the following that I have. Now, I've worked hard for my following.
You got a badass following.
Bro,
Holy shit,
my
man.
following
What the fuck?
it's been blessed, man. It's been blessed. So COVID, my one of my videos went viral. Bro, you wanna have tough skin, go viral on TikTok. Because they were fucking
ruthless.
hammered. Bro, someone's
They're
like, this
ruthless.
guy. Someone said, I'd rather stay fat because I have the loose skin. And then someone was like, this guy looks like he's melting ice cream. I was like, these motherfuckers, like, they don't miss. But, you know, obviously, you know, I'm Mr. Petty. So, like, I went back to that video not too long ago and I seen some of his comments. And I was like, yo, I just want to let you know, man. I was like, it's been 4 years now. I was like, this got me on Steve Harvey, Andy Frisella, and I'm doing pretty good for myself. I went back to be petty, but no, man, my following's been good. You know, and something when it comes to social media, because you do that. I see you post those clips. Those shits are amazing. I was watching your stuff. I was listening to it before you got here. Is that so many people are just fucking fake. Right? They act like they're just living this whole entire perfect life. And we're talking about this when I was like, man, I'm gonna need your filmer for my party, go and enjoy myself. And I want to show, like, I like to have fun. I'm a normal human being, right? But so many people, when it comes to social media, just stay fake. And the reason why I feel that I built my following the way it is,
because you've been real.
All natural, because I've been real. I post stuff that
but your
people
story is crazy.
To
man.
me, it's
like
not even crazy, bro.
But like, listen, to go from 600-pound life to and you've lost 350 pounds.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people that can say they've done that without going on a stupid show or like some fucking big thing that's built around them before they do it. Like you said, like, I gotta fucking get good, man.
Bro, like I was
this anymore.
miserable.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't be able to walk up these stairs every single time, man, I'd have been tired.
Yes.
You had to come out here yourself.
Be
You had to unlock your you had to open the door
Carry your
yourself,
ass
bro.
over.
Yeah, man.
Fireman
You're strong. You got
carry.
me, man. You know what I mean? But it's like one of those things where it's like I built this brand off of obviously my mess ups, right?
Yeah.
But also my success from fixing my failures. And the reason why I feel that the following came is because I posted shit that people are scared. No man in his right mind wants to talk about how he can't see his dick. But there's a lot of men out there that can't see their dick. Right? Let's be honest. Let's be fucking real. There's some people can't even see their toes right now. Right?
Fact.
No one wants to share that it was difficult to wipe their ass. This is stuff that I had no problem. I just literally, and I didn't realize how big the photo was until I actually posted it. But I guess I just posted a video or photo where I was like, butt ass naked. But nothing was showing, bro. I was too fat. You couldn't see anything. It's all hanging, man. Like, it wasn't showing. And I didn't realize, like, oh, that's a big deal. Like, people loved it. But I was like, to me, I was like, bro, it's who I was.
Yeah.
You can talk about that photo all you want, bro. I don't look like that. You know what I mean? But I feel like right now in social media, there's a lot of that fake stuff going on where people like to hide from the truth and make everything look easy. It's easy. You know what I mean? And I feel like, I just feel that's why my brand is where it's at today, because I stayed true to who Anthony Lopez was.
Yeah.
I stayed true to the heavy to modified brand, and I didn't water it down with a whole bunch of bullshit. I watered it down with my truth, what I had to do to change it. Good days, bad days, winning, losing. I posted it and I shared it all.
But here's the thing, man. Like, the truth liberates you.
Feels good.
And it's liberating for other people when they see that you're being real, authentic, and you're telling the truth too, and you're showing your truth. Because when you live a lie, even if it's just through social media, when you live a lie, you have to back it up with more lies, and then those lies start to multiply, and then everything you start to talk and post about just becomes one big magnified lie. Because now that's the only thing that you can start showing. And what happens is eventually you come to a point where you hit a fucking steel wall and you crash like a motherfucker, like that thing splits you in half, because you've had to live a lie after lie after lie to the point where it overwhelms you to a point where you just internally fucking combust.
Yeah, you don't know who you are anymore.
Like, because you have to run from, because now you're running from it. And the thing is, like, I like my life. I like the shit that I got to go through. I like all this fucking hard development I have to do. And like, I am building a life that I never need to run away from.
No,
I want to attack it.
I want to head on.
Everyone else is trying to run away from it. Like,
bro, I'm like looking for the next hurdle. Like, what are we doing?
Why do you want to stay in misery by running away from your life? I'd rather be dead than be running away from my life.
Living for the weekend, baby. Right? Living for the weekend. That's what everyone's
doing. Dude, I work
living
7 days a week.
That's
I work 7 days a week. I work out 7 days a week. Like, I don't take a day. I am the all gas, no breaks, no days off motherfucker that everyone talks shit about, that it's so toxic and all that. Fuck you, dude. Like, I make more money than you. I look better than you. I got a hotter girl than you. Like, fuck all you fools. Like, talk all the shit you want.
Bro, talk
But when
that
you get on
shit,
this train,
man.
you're going to start fucking winning as big as I am. And you know what? Guess what? I'm not even winning as big as I should be, or as big as a lot of other people that we know. But I'm winning way bigger than where I was. And it's only compounding every month because I just don't stop. I don't know the meaning of slowing down. I don't know the definition of pumping the fucking brakes. Fuck that shit.
Bro. Dude, send us off with something, man. We need to get you back on here. You woke me up, bro. I mean, this is my alarm clock. This guy's about to be my phone. It's 2 a.m, bro. I'm sleeping at 2 a.m, but I'm like, now I gotta start working now. He has a yours. He's wake up at fucking 2 a.m. I gotta wake up too. But you know what I mean? But like, just leave him with stuff. Like, I definitely want you back on because I feel there's so much stuff we didn't touch about.
There's so much we gotta talk about.
Right? We'll have a 10-hour podcast.
I love this stuff.
This is fun. Well, this is why I do this. This is why, because, bro, like, I'm listening. People are listening to you speak, but I'm also listening to you speak. Like, that shit is motivating and powerful, bro, because it's fucking hard to dig yourself out of a hole, let alone the multiple holes you've been in through your whole entire life.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with a crazy household. I didn't grow up like with half the stuff that you went through. Right. So to be sitting next to someone where I could be like, well, damn, this guy's driving the car that I want. Damn, this guy's fucking built like I want to be. Like, that it's like, bro, what's my fucking excuse? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's so powerful. So when you share your stuff like that, and when I get people like badass like you on my podcast, it brings more than just fucking weight loss. That's why I started the podcast called Modify Your Life, not just modify weight loss. No, because it wasn't just weight loss. Physical, mental, emotionally, spiritually, financially, everything has changed. I couldn't afford this place, bro. I got turned down 6 times for a car. We were running a taco business in a fucking Jeep Cherokee. Like a fucking game of Tetris. On top of that, my girlfriend's 330 pounds. I was fucking 600 pounds.
That's a story.
We were tipping scales, right?
You guys were marshmallows.
Yeah, we were. We're both two little jelly beans, right? You know, fucking little Pillsbury Doughboy little things. You know what I mean? But you know, and so when we talk about that stuff, to us it was normal that we had to change our life around and get our shit together.
You had to. Like, one of my clients, she used to be like 300 pounds also. And like now she's in fucking great shape. She's been my client for like 4 years now. And she went from like being a tire to just being in phenomenal shape, like jacked, everything.
I get it.
You know, and every now and then, like when her and I reminisce about that, because like, you know, I used to be an unhealthy, junky piece of shit. But then there's the opposite of being just an overweight piece of shit at the same time, right? And so like when we're having deep conversations, just for me to make sure her mind always stays right, because she has the same thing. She still has to battle these conversations that take place. And I remind her, and I'll have those nasty conversations. Do you want to be a fucking melted marshmallow? You're going to let yourself go back to being a fat piece of shit where you're fucking sleepwalking into eating chocolate like you did? And then, you know, obviously some people are like, that's toxic, that's mean, that's rude. Like, no, that's the reality of the conversation that needs to be had with her so that she knows never to go back.
No, she wasn't happy.
You have to be willing to have those fucked up conversations, whether it's with yourself or with your people, because that's the things that snaps people out of that shitty state of mind.
That comfortable state.
Yeah.
That stagnant state.
Yeah, because that's what moves people. Like trying to coddle people because they're all fucking miserable and stuff. All you're doing is enabling their misery.
No, that's it, man. Bro, send them off with something. We got to get you back, but for sure. we'll keep talking. We'll be here for 10 hours. You guys will be working overtime, and she charges me like $150 an hour, bro. I don't know how much your filmer charge, but this girl, she's expensive. But I just like you're speaking to like someone right now that needed to hear this today, and they feel like they're fucking stuck, like their life is so bad.
Change your environment, read books, get a mentor, get a loan if you have to, and work really hard. And don't let anybody tell you the hustle and grind life is not good for you. That's the only way that you're going to get out of the current life you're at. And just get around people that are actually doing what you want and people that are winning the way you want to win. And don't take advice from anybody that you would never trade places with. That includes family, friends, parents, cousins, relations, whatever. And if that means personal relations got to be exterminated out of your life, then that's what you got to do. Otherwise, don't complain if your life isn't changing.
Let's go, man. Where can they find you at?
My handle is obviously the handlebar, and then Sean_P_Alexander.
Bro, Sean.
On Instagram. Anybody has questions about depression, recovery, addiction, overcoming like real fucking battles and demons, just shoot me a DM, and I'll be glad to help.
Dude, Sean, you're a badass, man.
Appreciate you.
I hope you guys really took some from that one. With that being said, I'm Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modified, and this is Modify Your Life podcast, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
I love
All
that.
this happened for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.